including welcoming Enduro World Series back in the days or the Enduro World Cup these days. From the LOC, welcome again to our media team. Quick chat with the athletes and a few questions for you, a little bit of debate, some questions open for the public as well. I hand it to Josh Carson, the one and only.
Hi team, lovely to be here. So we do have Richie Rude in attendance, Isabeau Courdurier, Flo Esperanera Herreros. There we go. Tommaso Francado, Yannick Pontal, and Luis Paulin here in attendance in front of us here today, which is super, super cool for round one of the UCI Enduro World Cup for 2024 and E-Enduro World Cup. So it's a pretty spectacular moment right now, being here in the Finale outdoor region. We're going to get well underway. I'm going to start with Richie Rude. Richie Rude, your first UCI Enduro World Cup of the year, and your first since capturing your third overall title. That's a pretty exceptional palmares, resume, rap sheet. That's pretty incredible. You've had an amazing couple of seasons worth of racing. You did dip into the downhill last year. What brought you back to racing enduro, and what were you most proud of from 2023?
Yeah, I mean, the downhill races were pretty exciting, I know, last year, but yeah, it's hard to give up the old enduro. I just like the training, I guess, so it always brings me back, and obviously the racing is quite fun. We get to do a lot of riding, and yeah, it's been what I've been doing for, I guess, 10 years now, so yeah, it's hard to give it up. But I mean, obviously the best thing from last year was winning the title, but just once again, like putting together a whole season and at least getting one win during that was obviously pretty great. So yeah, just the whole year and having fun and pretty much having like really consistent and great season. So happy with that, and it was just great to end last year in Chatel, and it felt pretty special.
It's crazy to me. You've been racing enduro for 10 years. Is the fire still there to win and be hungry and chase yet more wins?
I feel like I'm almost the same as I was when I started. I don't know. Every year feels quite similar, and you always want to push yourself in different ways and, try to perfect yourself. So it's definitely still there to try and win.
Amazing, Richie. Isabeau Courdurier, last season brought you level with Cecile Ravenel in terms of overall titles. This season you've got the opportunity to take that record. Is that a big motivator for you?
I won't say a fourth title was a straight motivation, but I kind of talk with my mental coach, and I'm in a position where I would be too stupid not to try and give it a go. So I'm definitely going to put all of the efforts trying to get a fourth one. But if it doesn't happen, I'm not sure it will change my career or the way I see myself today. I'm very proud so far, but I mean, it's kind of a quest I can get on, and I found it quite motivational to do it. So yeah, I'm gonna get after it.
To put this on, how does that feel to now come into the season knowing that you are in the same breath as Cecile Ravenel, as both of you riders, but yourself, now you are one of the greatest enduro riders of all time. How does that feel coming into the 2024 season?
For me, I always felt I was, not on the same level as Cecile, not on the same level as Tracy, who has also won 3 titles. And I think it kind of helped me realize, no, what you've done so far is quite good, actually. So you belong here. You belong as a top level enduro rider. Confidence. Thanks, Richie. The confidence of, knowing what you're doing is pretty good. So yeah, it kind of helped me seeing myself a bit different. But to be honest, I'm just the old same, like Richie said, like 10 years ago. For me, it was not about winning. It was about having fun on my bike. And yeah, things are still like that.
All right, turn microphone on. Quick question from an Italian to an Italian, to Tommaso Francardo. Tommaso, you're an Italian rider on an Italian venue, on an Italian bike, with Italian suspension and Italian tires. I guess you don't eat any burgers, I hope. Is there any pressure on, representing your country at this level?
I think we love Italy, and it's so nice to have a big support from all staff and brand Italian. And every time it's special race in Italy, in my home, it's really close. It's not really my home here, but it's close to my home. It's just 30 minutes, and I have many people around the track cheering on me, and it's every time amazing racing here. And
do you think the Italian crowd and your friends and your family and all the people that know you will be a big push for you alongside the stages, or too much pressure?
Depends. It's a mix. Sometimes it's cool. Sometimes it's a big pressure because we want demonstration of you can arrive and where it is, who is my level, but sometimes it's really nice to have the people can understand me and my problem and really pushing on me. I remember last year on the really pedal parts, I have many people of my friend running behind me and pushing every time, pedal, flat out, and I've given really the best of maybe more than I have on my body, and that is so nice.
Good, thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, mate. Flo, last year you won the title. Coming into 2024 as the defending champion, how has that changed your preparation and mindset, knowing that you are the champ coming into this season, the defending champ?
I guess that I try not to get on the pressure side. I just to keep enjoying riding my bike and make my best performance no matter what has happened in the past. So in that sense, my approach is always been the same, like do my best and the best preparation I can do.
And this year, you are now racing both the Enduro World Cup and the E-Enduro World Cup. The new schedule, is that why? And having this new schedule this year, we can race Enduro World Cup on Saturday and E-Enduro on Sunday, so it's a big 3 days of riding for you. What prompted that decision?
So I think this question have a lot of different answers. It's a little bit of everything. Of course, it's undeniable that part of it is a strategy, as we share the same course. Also for me, part of it is the love of racing, and I feel this format is similar to the old days where we used to have 2 days racing, plus 2 days training. So in that sense, it's not different from what I've done before. And now I get to ride the normal bike and the e-bike. And also from my past experience, the last 2 seasons, I like when I am able to race in both bikes because they complement each other very good. So I get things from the normal bike racing that I don't get in the e-bike, and also vice versa. So I'll try this venue and also in Poland how this 2-day racing plays out, and then make the decision if I keep doing that or I'll stick to the e-bike only.
Now, to take on such a schedule, that's a lot more effort, a lot more work. The e-bike racing and the E-Enduro World Cup is essentially twice as big of a day as the regular enduro racing now. Have you changed your preparation to be ready for such a big schedule?
I haven't changed my preparation too much, but I feel like this schedule, training on Saturday, racing on training on Friday, racing on Saturday, normal bike, and then riding my e-bike on the Sunday, it's very similar to what I do on a normal weekend on my day-to-day, because I love big rides. I love to get exhausted, do long pedals. So it's what I've been doing always. So I feel prepared for it. If not, I wouldn't be doing it.
Fantastic, fantastic. Yannick Pontal, You've had a big change this year coming into 2024. You've stepped into racing the E-Enduro World Cup on a permanent basis now, which is the first time we've seen from you in the last couple of years after some already amazing, successful racing and series. How does that affect your preparation, knowing that you are now 100% committed to racing coming into round one here?
Yeah, exactly. This year is a bit different for me, but I would say also I'm still like working on the development side for the e-bike project. So yeah, it's still busy for me, but I'm really happy and proud to be more involved on the e-bike like racing and the project development. So yeah, it's not a big change at the end, but yeah, just I can ride more and more, so that's a good thing for me.
And you have been at the forefront of that e-bike development with the SRAM Enduro Racing program. You've had access to all the different bikes on offer. Is that something you're chasing? Is that upper end performance and trying to stay on top of the advancements in e-bike technology?
Yeah, exactly. I'm really passionate about e-bikes because for me, like I can ride more, and for me it's more fun. So, and I'm still very passionate also by racing. So for me it's a good combination, like to test the parts in the training and also doing some validation during the racing, because as everyone knows, during a racing we push the bike and the parts at 100%. So for me it's the best track for testing.
With this new role and this new bike time, does that actually make you hungrier and more focused on a particular result this weekend?
For that, no, not especially. I'm really hungry about racing, so yeah, it's still the same for, even I'm here for a long time now. I'm pretty older than all the people here, so no, I'm still the same also, like a young kid.
Amazing, don't change. Louise Paulin, you are now focusing on the E-Enduro World Cup this year in the Masters category. You have made a living in your home and your lifestyle from here in the Finale outdoor region. How does it feel for you to start your racing season here in somewhere that means so much to you?
Well, it was the choice that made me, well, the region that made me do it. Otherwise, I don't think I would have had the courage to try. But no, it's going to be amazing to try this new discipline, and it's taught me a lot of things, because it's pushed me to learn a lot of new things, to be able to do it.
Finale Outdoor Region essentially is leading the charge in e-bike racing, development, terrain, courses. Has riding here so much, has that helped your confidence coming into this weekend's race and preparation?
Absolutely. We have so much fun terrain to ride e-bikes. You can go out for an hour and a half and have such an amazing time, or you can go for a really long ride and have an amazing time. I'm a bit like Flo, I want to get exhausted, but you can get exhausted in quite a short time, lapping around Monte Grosso and still learning so many new things that you then bring to your normal bike. It's not like I'm just riding my e-bike and that's it, but it actually brings me a lot of skills for my other bike. And it's also brought back a lot of fun. Like, I always think it's fun to ride my bike, anytime, anywhere. But the e-bike has, like, I don't know, got this new fire for me to get out and really do a lot of stuff, even after work or when I have a couple of hours.
A finale for all of us means a lot, but you mentioned in the Alta Via video project, you said this is the best place in the world, and that is obviously a big statement that a few of us have probably said in this room here before. Why, or what for you makes Finale such a special place? What makes it so special?
So now it's 17 years since I moved here, which is pretty crazy. It's just really beautiful. Even today, I was up at Monte Grosso early in the morning, and it's just so pretty. And up in the hills, it's something completely different, which probably reminds me more about Sweden, with the beech forest in Barbotina, which is where I was at that time. And I think this diversity is amazing, and together with the energy that has been created over the years. Because, I mean, having been here, it's like seeing your children grow. You don't really notice, and then sometimes you step back and you look at it, and it's really amazing what's happened.
True story. Richie, you just mentioned before you've been racing for 10 years now, but you still feel like that little kid with excitement coming in here. We're back to somewhat of a finale classic course that's bringing enduro home. How does that feel looking at a course like that, knowing you've been here for 10 years and we're going back to some classics from what we saw back in 14, 15, 16, which makes me feel real old?
Yeah, that was my exact thought. Just like seeing the course map this year is like pretty like classic finale, and yeah, it feels good like knowing that we've raced a few of them back in like I think we raced Super Gruppo in 14, and yeah, just brings back like good memories from that. So yeah, excited to get like back on the course and yeah, relive some old memories with Jared maybe. So yeah, feeling good about it.
Leaning into that history, is that something you can bring into your bike setup here for finale? It's not exactly a place that we would take a bike setup everywhere else around the world when we get into the big mountains of Europe. It is somewhat specific and iconic to this area. Can you rely on that history from those days of 2014 to make sure your bike, your tires, your frame, your body, everything survives?
I feel like I run like a pretty similar bike setup for most places anyways, but yeah, we'll ride like just maybe like I'll have some of the Fox like Neo stuff or the Rad stuff to try this weekend, and yeah, I mean, all those years ago we were still on 650 bikes, so it was a bit different, but yeah, I think at least like we kind of know what we're getting into, I guess, but not too much different, I'd say.
Isabeau, you've had Trophy of Nations success here in the Finale Outdoor region, but you've never achieved your personal win here. You've won so much, and you are now, like we mentioned before, one of the greatest enduro athletes of all time. What would it mean to you to get that win here in Finale when we are so close to your home?
Yeah, I've never won in Finale, just like I did very well on the Trophy of Nation, but I think I kind of missed something every single time. Most of the time might be the physical aspect, but I've been improving so much through the years. And yeah, I just like did not come close to do it, and I think it will feel pretty special for me knowing a part of my family is Italian, like I'm from Italian ancestors, so definitely part of me really wants to win here, and I think yeah, getting on the top step in this main stage must be quite special, but I know it's a tough one, especially to start with it. It's the first race of the season, so you don't want to go out like full fire and kind of, messed up the season. So I think I'll try my best, but keep my eyes on the overall. And if I can make it, I make it. Or otherwise, I will be like not trying another time. But yeah, just like live with the fact that I never won in Finale and it'll be fine.
Fingers crossed we can make that happen. We've been here a lot over the years, but usually, Isabeau, we finish the season here in Finale, and it's such an epic end of season location. How is that different to start here, the beginning of the season with these tracks and the beach and the gelato and the pizza and the vibes, and how is it different to approach the season?
I think we definitely need to remember this on Saturday night first. Yeah, it's true. It's so nice to finish the season here, but I also find it quite exciting to start the season here because Finale is like such a vibe. Like you go out, it's fun, it's so beautiful, and it kind of brings the tone I wanted for my season. I want my season to be the old Ride and Smile Isabeau I was when I first started here back in 2013. It was my first race here. And I want to bring this mood throughout the season, and there is no better place to do it.
Is that a slight indication of your plans there? I'm getting a vibe that is 2024 going to be the last time we see Isabeau Courdurier on the starting line?
I'm not gonna retire soon, so but I'm having a break next season for sure because I'd like to get more time for me and to have a family. So that's definitely the last time we see me at this level in finale because I know obviously I might be less selfish in the future if it happens. I hope for my kid, but. Yeah, it's quite special. It's going to be a lot of emotions. Enrico knows how I am. I'm a very emotional rider. So it will feel special, maybe a little bit of magic into it because I'm riding with fire and passion since so much time now. And I like to get close to people. So yeah, it's my last season as a full-time professional racer. But I would definitely love to come back after my break with more fire for sure.
Amazing. We're already looking forward to seeing that. Tommaso, speaking of magic, tell us what that feels like to have so many people here in support of you with so many Italian brands in such an iconic location in trails that you train on with some of the biggest athletes in the world. How does that feel for you, and describe that magic that is finale?
I think is finale justice, and it's a magic when start the practice and see on my side Richie or some big name of the enduro around here, and riding the same trail and same passage of I ride many times during the winter, and it's so special is again is here with many friends or cheering on me and just it's like home training, but it's a World Cup race, and this is amazing. And summer and what I live in all the season is in one race is amazing too.
Speaking of the course, for us, it's a classically finale course, but what is your favorite aspect of the course on paper as we stare down practice on Friday?
Maybe the ground. I like the ground, but I think this race is so physical. Every year is physical, and this year is, I think, the most physical I've ride in finale, and it's just hard, and we see who I work more harder this winter for the preparation and doing the best on the race.
Yannick and Flo, this is an e-bike question for you guys. The power stages have adapted, and finale in particular have been at the forefront of, really defining this E-enduro format. We have slightly different power stages here this weekend. They sound like they are quite long on paper. I've seen them in person. How do you feel about that adaptation and that growth for e-bike racing and having power stages as a crucial part of the difference and defining difference for E-enduro compared to enduro?
No, I'm pretty happy about that because, I know from the past we had a couple modification about power stages, and for me, it fits better our discipline because it's more natural, and for me it's my kind of riding. So we had this kind of stages in Crans-Montana 2 years ago, and I really like it. It's like I told, it's more natural, and I think it's a good modification, and I'm really happy to experiment that.
From what I can see from the map and from parts I have walked, it also looks more natural as what I feel is e-mountain biking. But I guess I will know better once I do the race and actually go full gas on the stages. But I think this might be one step closer to what e-mountain biking racing could be. Yeah.
I'm going to open this one up to the entire panel here. Online, 2023 Enduro and E-Enduro World Cup season was perceived as quite a difficult season, coming into the face of 2024 and staring down the barrel of a brand new year with a brand new focus and a brand new attention as athletes. How was the feeling coming into the season here, and what would you like to see change moving forward to progress and grow this sport that we all love so much?
Like the way they look at each other. Who's gonna drop the first answer?
Richie Rude's going to drop the first answer. What do you got, Richie? Is anyone? What would you like to see grow the most?
Yeah, but it's okay. I have the shoulders to do it, you know? No, I think what I would like to see the most is direction for the future. And I'm speaking as a, you know, like an older rider. So that would be more for like my younger teammate, Lily. She's a U21 and she kind of don't know what enduro will look like in the future. And I think it's important to give direction because then it gives you commitment, it gives you goals, and then it brings the level higher to everyone that are gonna chase it. So I think knowing what the future of enduro, and I'm speaking just for the enduro, I'm not speaking for the E-EDR, will look like, I think it will help all of the new generation, and when you see what the new generation is capable of doing on a bike, you clearly want to see them racing. You want to see what they will do, and I think just like speaking more about what it will be in the future will help them, and we might get the best ever enduro riders pretty soon.
Do you feel like there's a bit of a new generation coming through? Do you feel like we are, I hate to say it, the old generation, and there is a new generation coming through?
Well, I had learned a tough lesson last year when I brought a group of 10 years old little girls. They kicked my ass. So yeah, I truly believe there is a new generation that is going to be awesome, not only on the racing aspect, but because they grew up with social media, they grew up looking at riders that have style on the bike, they know how to jump, to really send it, and so they kind of take this and put it into their riding. So they will be fast and they will be stylish. So I totally believe there is a new generation coming up, and I'm super excited to get to work with them and see how far I can push them as a coach. So that's part of my future plan, and I find it super exciting.
Amazing. If anyone in the audience has some questions, I'll open the floor up to you.
Well, I didn't really think about it too much, but I think my teammate might try to do one of the e-bike races. I mean, the opportunity presents itself maybe, but yeah, I think I'll just end up racing the enduro and then, yeah, see how things go.
You all know I have a revenge to take on e-bikes after what happened in Valberg for me last time I raced a World Cup. So I would like to do one just, you know, like to see I can do a World Cup e-bike and everything will be fine. So I don't know yet which round, but probably one this season.
Well, I have more. We go from such an iconic venue here, the Finale Outdoor Region. It's got probably one of the most richest histories in mountain bike riding of the entire calendar, to a brand new venue. We're not going to distract from here, but how does that feel to go from somewhere that we know and love and are aware so much of to a brand new venue?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like great to start the season here, and everybody knows it, and it's pretty familiar. And I think it's kind of exciting, like going somewhere new, second round. You know, I would imagine like most people haven't been there, so it's kind of like the second round. You really get to see kind of a new venue, and it's totally fresh. And yeah, it'll be a bit of a different approach, I think, for next weekend. and yeah, it's be exciting.
Okay, this will be my final question. I'll hand it back over to Enrico. But Tommaso, if someone was to come to Finale for the first time, what would be your biggest piece of advice or recommendation to enjoy this beautiful region?
Maybe take a gelato and and riding the trail. I think it's enjoyed the mood of Italian and really enjoyed the city, the people, and riding the bike or around of the trail because we have a really amazing terrain and mountain, and it's now nice to have this close to the sea, and I don't know other, but just enjoy the Italian mood.
Thank you very much.
That's a very good way to wrap up the conference. Thanks, Josh, for conducting questions and answers. Been some spicy stuff. To sum it up, from an LOC perspective, I think we touch a lot of points. Most of all, I really enjoy listening to you guys because I kind of felt through your words and your feedback and your vision a lot of the work of the destination did over the first 30 years. So come back with your kids, keep racing in the Finale of the region. We always love you. Cheers. Well done.